Trip today. Ain't gonna trip today. I'm not good at walking in heels.
Really? It took me a few seconds. Just put them on and just walk. You got this.
You would think because I wear them a lot, like to church, that'd be good. As soon as I get to church, I'd be taking them off and just sit there with those shoes on. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how.
I don't believe you. Well, first of all, I get a thick platform, so the heel is literally only about
that much.
2.5
That's what people.
inches.
Someone told me I should start off with wedges.
Mm-hmm.
Start off there. And I bought a pair of wedges to wear to the comedy show.
How was it?
Ended up not wearing those. Ended up wearing another pair of shoes.
Did you try them on? Did you walk in them?
No, not even before. Like I bought them from Fashion Nova.
Okay.
I didn't even try them on yet.
I feel like wedges are harder to walk in than heels because it's just like it's so stiff. I don't know how to describe it.
Dang, Ben, you be on it. Shout out to Ben for already tuned in. What up? Yo, it's your girl, DJ Baby Diamond, and you tune into U3 Radio Underground Unsigned Unknown. We have a special guest in the building, Miss Sacred Fantasy. If you don't know who she is, you can check her out in my women edition, all-female edition magazine. She's in there showing her beautiful face. And what makes her stand out, because she's not only just an artist, she's a poet, a rapper, a singer. She does it's not really exercising. What is it that you do on live that be catching all the men attention? You be half naked showing your goodies through your yoga pants. Meditation. She meditates. She meditates. But she does it in a way that's different from most people because most people meditate for thirst trap. She doesn't do it for thirst trap. She does it for her mind, body. So breathing exercises, she lets you know how you should work on your body inside and out.
Facts.
Let's talk about your name, Sacred Fantasy.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Okay, so first I went by Pink Iris. No, I thought deeper into it. I'm like, that means pink eye. So I'm like, let me change that up.
She's going to give you that pink eye when she's performing.
Listen, baby. So then it was Sacred Enigma, Sacred Puzzle. And I'm like, it fit, but it was just like, then I went to wordplay and I'm just like, it didn't resonate with me fully.
Yeah.
So then it was Sacred Fantasy. Sacred meaning I am sacred, meaning, what I give to people is genuine love, which is sacred, unconditional, and fantasy because I'm a fantasy. And it literally means sacred fantasy, look, don't touch. Just see it, it's there, but don't touch me.
Okay, so has anyone tried to touch and not just look? I figured you get a lot in the DMs. You're very beautiful.
Thank you. I'm a reflection of you. Okay. You know what? My DMs, they're not really that crazy. I mean, I've had two weirdos send me explicit pictures. Look, and I'm just like,
do not send the dick pics.
None.
We're gonna forward it to our gay friends.
Oh, you know I should.
You should.
I got screenshots though, so don't try me. Okay. Okay, so man, what was the question?
Well, let's move on. Well, besides, okay, so what came first, the poet or sing or music?
Okay, so what came first was writing. I picked up a pen when I was younger, and the very moment I started to write, it was just, I couldn't stop writing. I was writing short stories. I was journaling every day. I would write in my diary. And then I would join choir when I was younger. Played piano, but this was probably from 1st to 4th grade that I played piano, which I stopped. And then I stopped, dropped out of choir when I was in, I want to say, 6th grade because I was being bullied.
Oh.
And I didn't have the confidence, or self-love that I needed in order to persevere.
Yeah.
So I stopped singing, and now that I'm healing my childhood trauma, I'm learning to sing again. So it was writing first, then poetry at 10, 11, and with singing in there, with the choir. Then came artistry because there was so many rappers and singers around me, and I'm just like, I want to evolve my artistry.
Yeah. How did you gain that confidence to get back singing? Did anyone help you? Did you read any books? I know that takes a while.
Oh, every dope singer that I've been around have told me you can sing. Keep on singing. Keep practicing. including like Ty Lee, Queen Saucy, Queen Bree. Like these are just dope, phenomenal singers who I feel like their voices are impeccable. I'm like, if they have confidence in me, and I thinking they're some of the greatest singers I've ever heard, Etasia too, then I'm like, I'm standing in my own way. So I got out of my way and I started to sing in studios. Fingers, he's a producer. He pushed me to sing. He was like, just go in there and sing. I hear it. I want it, just sing. And I was hoarse, but it's Sacred Fantasy. But of course, Sacred Fantasy is still one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the push and self-confidence, self-love, healing my inner child. The more I heal my inner child, the more I'm able to sing without fear of judgment of my own inner critic. I'm like, I'm dope as
I would never know you've been through that, because every time I see you, you're always happy, you're bubbly, so you never know what people are going through or what they've been through, because we do not see it on your face at all. Now, tell us a little bit about your poetry style, and is it different from your music style? Do you feel like they wanted the same?
Okay, so I turn my poems into music. So I say they're the same because I tend to freestyle a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a free verse poet. Like, some people write in prose, couplets. They get like really technical with sonnets, haikus. I write for myself. So I just write, and whatever comes. Then if it's like a verse or a part of the poem that I feel like is a hook, or it could be a verse, I'll change it around a little bit. Like You're Amazing was written in the intent to be a song before I knew how to songwrite, but it just had a prolific moment. I said, this is going to be a song, and I wrote it, and it literally was almost like 16/8, 16/8, 16. Oh, wow. So it did what what it was supposed to do. It gave the song vibe, and now it's just like everything I write, I get better.
What motivated you to become an author and write your own books? Because there's not a lot of people who can say, I got a book out.
Because I was writing poetry.
Yeah.
The honest answer is I was dating someone, and they were like, oh, so when are you going to publish your book? When is your book going to get released? Because you keep on talking about it.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, put that fire under me. And once we stopped talking, I put some of the text responses that I sent. I would never put anybody's like text that they send me in my book, but I put some of my text response that I sent in the book. I put poems that I wrote to this person in the book, from other situations. So my first book is Blessings in Disguise. I wanted to give to people my journey, so hopefully that if they have gone through something like the one I went through, they can heal from it without, having to go deeper into it.
Have that person read the book? Do they know it's about them?
Yeah, the person bought the book.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah, 2 people that the poems are.
Do they know?
About the book. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So how did they feel about it? Were they cool with it? Were they like...
No. I mean, but when you're that dope, and I'm just honest and transparent. Yeah. Some people can't take the good pieces of things. They want to take the bad and like make it seem like, it's about them in a negative light, but it's positivity out of everything. The fact that I even wrote a poem about you, clap your fingers, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stomp your feet, do whatever you got to do. Like pat yourself on the back. Like that's somebody taking their art and writing about you as a person. That's beautiful. Now,
are we gonna get a second book?
Oh, I'm almost done with my second book.
Okay, so your release date not yet?
Not yet. And the reason why I say not yet, because even though every time I say I'm done with it,
you have to re-edit, look at it, rewrite. And it takes a lot.
And I add more to it. Okay. I add more, and I have like tons of. I think I'm going to add like 10 to 15 more poems to it, because I'm going through my phone and I'm like, these need to be in this book. It's called Everything I Didn't Want to Write About, and it may be a part two to the book. It's going to be like the never-ending story. It's like a never-ending book. Like if I have another, a few poems that I didn't want to put in the book or write about, I'll just add it to another book, and this is a continuation, part 2, part 3, part 4. Yeah.
Now, is your hair joining in any other books? Because I want to talk about that. I remember when I had met you, you had your locks, and then you cut it, and I asked you why, and you told me because you wanted to get rid of a piece of an ex, and a lot of people don't do that. So what made you want to do that, and talk a little bit about that?
Because I had wrapped a piece of my hair around this person's leg, and I was like, even though we stopped talking, I feel like I was still had a soul tie to this person. So I had another prolific moment, and I cut my locks.
What made you want to do that in the first place? Put a piece of them in your lock?
Because I was like, I thought it was a beautiful thing. Like,
okay.
I'll always be with you, no matter how many miles away we are from one another. I will always be with you, and I didn't know the power hair possessed at that time. So I cut my locks, and I felt amazing. Like, my mother looked at me, and she was like, "You look beautiful, strong. I'm proud of you. You look like power." And I'm like, "Whoa."
Well, you can rock any hairstyle. You were still looking beautiful, even though you cut it.
Yeah.
So now you let it go back?
Oh yeah, second set. I'll be 1 year in December, and they're twice as thick as the last. Some of them are thicker. Like this one here is like, it's thick, but I want them thicker, like wicks.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about going from 22 to 11.
Oh, hopefully we won't get any more haircuts, even though you still look cute with a haircut, girl. You know what?
Yeah.
Symbolize love from afar. But shout out to the people, if you ever been through this situation, she's going through any hair journey, because like they always say, I'm not my hair. So no matter what your hair is, up, down, curly, straight, ball fade, afro, you still look beautiful no matter what it is. What is next for you? I know you got a project you're working on.
Yeah.
What's about it? What's the name of it? Any release dates?
Okay, so I just released Chosen on the 9th of this month, so July 9th. I released it on a new moon because it's, I wanted to give. So, of course, the new moon cycle represents, starting over. So at the beginning of the cycle, I wanted to, pour into people. Now, the next thing that I'm working on is going to be another poetry album. Definitely looking for a producer who plays like jazzy keys or like jazz blue style keys, with a little bit of funk in there. That way I can just freestyle that album. It can be like as many tracks as possible and get as much done. Because for me, freestyling it's my passion. Freestyle poetry is everything for me. And to have like kind of like a Coltrane style like session would be amazing.
Ben the Monster said, shout out to Fingers. He produced a couple of my songs and Ball Fade All Day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Fingers is dope.
Yes, I've heard of Fingers. I haven't heard any of his stuff yet, but I heard of Fingers. Besides him, who else can we see on your album? Any producers, any features we should be looking out for?
Okay, so let's start with producers. I had Apollo Black, who made the beat for Moon Rocks and Brownies.
Yeah, I know.
He's also, and he's a feature on Moon Rocks and Brownies. 808 Protege mixed and mastered a few of the songs on there, including Moon Rocks and Brownies, Skin. What else did he? It's like 3 other songs. It's Gonna Be Okay. And then there was one more song. Then I had Smeezy from MC Squared. He, put in my stems, opened up a track so our friend could add keys to it. So he mixed two different poetry tracks. Then, oh my gosh, I had Noonie. Noonie is also featured on Brand New to the World. He made the beat, played guitar, and he produced it. Brand New to the World. Then Mr. Funketeer, he also was on the track. On the poetry tracks where you hear like any bass, any keys. So he did live music, and then he went in and added from his like MIDI board. Then Xavier Mack, he's also on there too. I had many producers. And Rick the Great. Shout out to Rick the Great.
Shout out to Rick the Great. Shout out to Xavier Mack. Shout out to MC Squared and everyone else you named. And what did Rick Great do? He produced some stuff.
So one of the producers sent Rick all of my stems.
Oh, okay.
Rick took those stems and he
Added his flavor too.
added his flavor. He saved it actually because it was like noise, a little bit of noise, noise in the background. And Rick made it like he took it from like a 6 to a 9.910 with the the sound. Like Rick and we just shot a video for I'm like it's gonna be okay. Featuring Jimmy the God. So he's a feature too.
Okay, I never
And
heard
Jay
Jimmy
Too
the God. I
Crucial.
need to check him out. But shout out to Rick the Great. He does stuff with his producing, mix and mastering, videography. He does a little photography too. So he does it all. Now, you have a cipher coming soon. Man, we got to talk about it because I know there's a lot of dope artists who like to freestyle.
Yes.
Whether you're a rapper, singer, musician, this is your chance to shine.
Right.
Tell us about it.
So I have on this August 7th, I have a cipher. Come out and it's at Jokesters 22 downtown. It's going to be from 7 to 8:30, but normally we go to like 9:30 depending on the vibe. Come, just feel the vibe, perform. It don't matter, like you said, if it's singing, if it's rapping, if it's poetry, whatever you do, just come, have a good time. And if you do want to, become better with your freestyling, I encourage you to, like, if you're not partaking in it, just listen, catch the vibe, because that's why I cipher all the time, so my pen is sick, but I'm learning, and my freestyle, but I'm learning to freestyle to a beat so I can take all elements of who I am as a person, strengthen that, and that way when I get on the stage, I'm as comfortable as possible, Yeah.
August 7th, Jokesters 22 from 7 to 8.
7 to 8:30.
7 to 8:30. You hit it. Make sure you come out. You will not be disappointed. It's going to be dope. Like I said, musicians, I don't know about beat makers. Maybe they come out and make a freestyle beat. That'd be dope. Musicians, beat makers, producers, DJs, musicians, artists, singers, rappers, poets, come out. Mimes, come out.
Everybody come out. Bring any type of instruments. I don't care if you're beating on a piece of plastic, a Tupperware. Bring whatever. Come.
I like that. Thank you, Miss Sacred, for being on U3. It's a pleasure to have you. You do a lot. We can't wait for your second book to come out. As soon as you have a release date, let us know so we can promote it, support you. Yes. Man, let's just hope that you don't end up in her book. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure you have not done her wrong from now on to ever. Be nice to her. Every time you see her, you do not want to be the one in the book. I met so-and-so at this bar. Messed up my drink. That might be the poem. You never know.
Don't touch my drink.
You never know. Or the DJ, pause my song in the middle. You never know. You don't want to be that person. Do not end up in her book. You just never know, right?
Definitely. It was a pleasure.
Definitely got to have you back on here, soon. Whenever you want to come back, just let me know. MC Square, if you listening, we got to get that set up too. A jam session with everybody. That'd be dope. Maybe I'll come out August 7th, videotape it. That'd be kind of dope to do that. I'll check my calendar. But I will definitely try to come out, support anything you're doing that's positive. Yeah. Any more shows after that?
So I'm planning for the end of August or early September. I don't have a date yet because I'm still putting all the elements together, and I don't want to lie on dates. But for my book release, I'm gonna perform my entire album with the book release. The album, 16 tracks, is 36 minutes long. So I'm actually gonna, have the band. We're gonna practice it, get everything situated, and have live band and just perform.
I like that. Can't wait for that to happen. Let's see what we have. The comments. Yo, what up, D? Thank you for tuning in. But I'm about to sign out. You kind of late, D. She remind me of. Oh, she remind you of LMA. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. LMA. That's a dope little reference. Thank you, Ben from Seguin, for tuning in. And this should go DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and we are signing out. Peace.